Episode 10, Tantai Jin succeeds King Jing. Although Xiao Lin failed to find Tantai Jin in the end, King Shang was concerned about the deterrence of the Yi family and his son to Jinghua, so he released Yi Xiao home and asked Yi Qingyu to return to Jiaguan as soon as possible. Both Yi Xiao and his son knew Shang was intention to do this, but there was nothing they could do. Yi Shiwu was looking for the entrance of the abyss, and accidentally ran into the seven-tailed fox Pian Ran. Seeing that Pian Ran was injured by Tantai Jin's blood and lost her cultivation, Yi Shiwu simply used the power of the world-famous jade to help her heal. Yi Shiwu learned that Pian Ran came out of the abyss, so she simply asked her to take her to the abyss for saving her life. For the sake of the acquaintance, Yi Shiwu persuaded Pian Ran not to absorb the essence of mortals, otherwise she would die under the thunder disaster sooner or later on the road of magic cultivation. Although Pian Ran explained that she was not a demon cultivator and just thought those men were interesting, but Yi Shiwu could see the sincerity of her second brother Yi Qingyu, and it was often unavoidable to persuade Pian Ran to have a relationship. Pian Ran told Yi Shiwu that everything has love to love, but she has lost love, so she will not fall in love with anyone. Pian Ran told Yi Shiwu that it would cost a lot to come and go to Huangyuan, and she broke both tails in order to get out of Huangyuan. But Yi Shiwu knew that even if she died, she would still go to Huangyuan, because only there could she know how to save the people of the four continents' way of life. Tantai Jin controls the rats to invade the palace, causing the maids and eunuchs to flee one after another, and the palace is in chaos. Tantai Jin found Tantai Minglang, who was trapped in the sea of flames, and attacked with one palm, making it difficult for him to escape from here. Tantai Jin returned to Jinghua as a proton and became the new king of Jinghua. However, because of the hostage life for many years, and because the descendants of the Yue clan can drive monsters, Tantai Jin was questioned by all the officials and opposed him as the new king. They surrendered one after another. King Shang learned that Tantai Minglang was dead, and that the new monarch was Tantai Jin. He believed that the succession of Jinghua's new monarch was not stable, and it was a great opportunity for Shanghua to send troops to attack Jinghua. Sending troops is a waste of money and people, and many ministers were dissatisfied with this decision. Xiao Lin persuaded Shang Wang, thinking that now that the soldiers and horses are exhausted, and the food and grass reserves are insufficient, it is better to recharge your energy than to send troops hastily. But King Shang had already made up his mind, so Yi Xiao had no choice but to accept the order and send troops. When Tantai Jin learned that the army of the Shang state was pressing down on the border, he didn't want to retreat and defend himself, but only wanted to fight with it with all his strength. He was willing to go to the frontier to fight against the army of the Shang state. Pian Ran brings Yi Shiwu to the barrier of the abyss. Yi Shiwu borrows the power of King Yuzu and Chongyu to enter the abyss. By chance, she rescues the little girl Yufuya, who was oppressed by the monster. The god of the universe Ijiza appeared in the abyss, and he told Yi Shiwu that he left her the light-breaking array and the mirror of the past, and that he was waiting here for thousands of years to wait for Yi Shiwu's arrival. Yi Shiwu asked about the method of destroying the evil bones, and Jiza told her that 3 keys were needed to destroy the evil bones, and these 3 keys were a dream, a tear, and a thread. A dream came soon after, and a tear is the first tear left by the demon god because of love, and a strand of silk means that if the demon god's heart can be opened, the soul-destroying tears will turn into 9 divine nails, and the magic nail will be broken. Entering the heart of the devil's fetus can destroy the evil bones. Jiza is about to perish, and after his demise, the barrier of the abyss can last for 300 days. If the evil bone of the demon god cannot be destroyed within 300 days, the abyss will be broken and the demons will emerge. And everything will be irreversible. Yi Shiwu took Yufuya out of the abyss, and recognized that she might be Jing Lanan's daughter from the things on her body. Yi Shiwu learned from the little girl that she was brought here by Tantai Minglang and discarded. Yi Shiwu returned to the world, and learned that Tantai Jin succeeded Jinghua as the new king, and had been fighting with Shanghua for 3 or 4 months. But Tantai Jin used spells to control the birds and beasts to fight, Yi Xiao was defeated, injured, and unconscious, and General Yi Qingyu set out to guard Jiaguan for his father. Sheng Wang was suspicious by nature. Yi Xiao was injured. Sheng Wang was quite critical of this, and Yi Qingyu was allowed to advance and not allowed to retreat after going out to battle. And the military rations and military pay were very harsh. Not only that, but Yi Qingyu also received an imperial decree that if Jiaguan were to fall, King Shang would have the entire family of Ye's family executed. Tantai Jin heard that the seven-tailed fox had appeared, so he simply went out to capture the monster himself, but he didn't think that the monster was really Pian Ran. Tantai Jin heard Yi Shiwu's name from her mouth, so she simply avoided Pian Ran's death, but forced her to take the Yue clan's secret medicine. If Pian Ran didn't obey her orders after that, she would be devoured by thousands of insects and exploded to death. Pian Ran was ordered by Tantai Jin to persuade Yi Qingyu to surrender. Pian Ran knew that the war was not with Tantai Jin but with King Shang. The war was started by King Shang. Tai Jin, this way can save the lives of the soldiers. However, the Yi family defended the border and guarded the country. If Yi Qingyu surrendered, he would have no face to face his ancestors. Before Pian Ran left, she left a note saying that Tantai Jin would come to meet Yi Qingyu tomorrow, and if Tantai Jin was killed, the war might end. The next day, Yi Qingyu went to make an appointment with Tantai Jin alone. Tantai Jin expressed that King Shang was suspicious and feared the master of the Yi family, who was already in danger. But Yi Qingyu said that the Yi family is a citizen of Shenghua, and he is not afraid of Tantai Jin's provocative words.